Do you know that the cost of living in 2024 has skyrocketed by 30% compared to the last 5 years? Yes, you heard that right. The financial landscape we're standing on is shifting beneath our feet, and if you're like most people, you're feeling the pinch. In the past half-decade, we've seen an unprecedented surge in living costs. From groceries on supermarket shelves to the gas we put in our cars, from the rent we pay for our homes to the price tags on our favorite clothes, everything has gone up. And it's not just a tiny blip on the radar, it's a whopping 30% increase. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what this means for the average person. If you were used to spending $100 on your weekly groceries, now it's more like $130. If your monthly rent was $1,000, now you're shelling out an extra $300. Over a year, that's an additional $3,600. And that's just for rent. But it's not all doom and gloom. On the contrary, this is a wake-up call, a chance for us to take control of our financial future. Sure, we can't control the economy, but we can control how we respond to it. And that's exactly what this video series is about. We're here to provide you with practical, easy-to-follow tips to navigate these challenging financial waters. We'll show you how to stretch your dollar, make smart financial decisions, and even find enjoyment in the process. Because let's face it, there's a certain satisfaction that comes with knowing you're making the most of your hard-earned money. So buckle up and get ready for a financial journey like no other. Together, we'll explore the ins and outs of budgeting, reveal the secrets of savvy shopping, and share the tools to make every dollar work harder for you. Now that we understand the gravity of the situation, it's time to learn how to make every dollar count. The first step in stretching your dollar is to create and stick to a budget. Yes, you heard it right, a budget. It's that simple yet profound tool that can turn your financial life around. But why is budgeting so crucial? Well, think of budgeting as your financial GPS. It maps out your income, your expenses, and gives you a clear picture of where your money is going. Now let's dive into some tips on crafting a practical and realistic budget. First, identify your income sources. This could be your salary, business income, or even passive income streams like real estate or investments. Next, list out your expenses. This includes everything from rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, to entertainment and personal care. The key here is honesty. Don't overlook or underestimate any expenses. Remember, every penny counts. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, you can then decide how much you want to save and how much you're willing to spend. You might be wondering, how can I keep track of all these numbers? Well, we live in a digital age and there are countless budgeting apps and tools at your disposal. These apps not only help you track your spending, but they also give you insights into your spending habits, alert you when you're nearing your budget limit, and even help you set and achieve your financial goals. Speaking of goals, it's crucial to set financial objectives. Whether it's saving up for a down payment on a house, preparing for retirement, or just creating an emergency fund, having a goal gives your budget a purpose. It motivates you to stick to your budget, cut back on unnecessary spending, and save more. So, there you have it. Budgeting is not rocket science. It's about being mindful of where your money is going and making intentional decisions about your spending. Remember, a budget is not a restriction, but a plan that gives you the freedom to spend wisely. Cutting unnecessary expenses is another effective way to save money. And today, we're going to dive deep into this topic. So, let's start with one of the most common culprits: unused subscriptions. Look, we've all been there. We sign up for a free trial, forget to cancel it, and before we know it, we're paying for a monthly service we barely use. So take a moment to review your bank statements. You might be surprised by the number of subscriptions you've accumulated. By canceling those you no longer need or use, you can potentially save several $100s a year. Now let's talk about food. Eating out or ordering in can be a real budget buster. Sure, it's convenient, but the cost can add up quickly. Instead, consider cooking at home more often. Not only will you save money, but you'll also have the chance to experiment with new recipes and potentially healthier options. And if you're worried about time, consider meal prepping on the weekends. It's a great way to ensure you have delicious home-cooked meals ready to go. And finally, let's discuss shopping. We live in a consumer society, and it's easy to get carried away with buying new things. But before you make your next purchase, ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I find it secondhand or on sale? By adopting a more mindful approach to shopping, you can save a substantial amount of money. Plus, buying secondhand is a great way to recycle and reduce waste, so it's a win-win. Remember, these are just suggestions. Everyone's financial situation and lifestyle are different, but by being more conscious of where your money is going and making a few small changes, you can start to see a difference in your bank account. By trimming these excesses, you'll see significant savings over time. And remember, every little bit counts. So start today and watch your savings grow. Another crucial money-saving tip is to avoid impulse buying. Trust me, we've all been there. You're strolling through the aisles of your favorite store, and suddenly you spot that shiny gadget or trendy handbag that you just have to have. But did you plan to buy it? Probably not. This is what we call impulse buying, and it can wreak havoc on your budget. Impulse buying is like a sneaky little gremlin that gobbles up your hard-earned dollars before you even realize it. It's the enemy of every budget shopper, the destroyer of well-planned finance. But fear not, my friends, because there are ways to avoid it. Firstly, make a shopping list and stick to it. Yes, it sounds simple, but you'd be surprised at how effective this little trick can be. When you have a list, you're less likely to be swayed by those eye-catching displays or enticing sales pitches. Your list is your shield, protecting your wallet from the onslaught of unnecessary purchases. Secondly, wait 24 hours before making a large purchase. Give yourself time to really think it over. Do you actually need this item? Is it worth the price? Often you'll find that after a day of contemplation, that shiny gadget or trendy handbag doesn't seem quite so irresistible. Finally, avoid shopping as a form of entertainment. Sure, it's fun to browse through the latest fashions or check out the newest tech gadgets, but remember, every time you step into a store, you're entering a battlefield. The store wants to part you from your money, and it's your job to resist. By practicing mindful spending, you're not only saving money, but also making more thoughtful and satisfying purchases. This isn't about depriving yourself of the things you love. It's about making wise decisions that benefit your financial future. So the next time you're tempted to make an impulse buy, take a deep breath, remember these tips and ask yourself, is this purchase really worth it? Saving money doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your lifestyle. It's about making smart choices that align with your financial goals. Let's recap the key takeaways from our journey today. We've explored the shocking reality of 2024 and how it's affecting our wallets. We've learned how important it is to be proactive in managing our personal finances, particularly in these challenging economic times. Remember, every penny saved is a penny earned. We've delved into practical money-saving tips, starting with the basics. We talked about creating a budget and sticking to it, cutting back on non-essential purchases, and making use of sales and discounts. It's not about depriving yourself, but about spending wisely and making your money work for you. We also discussed the importance of shopping smart. This means being a savvy consumer, comparing prices, purchasing in bulk when it makes sense, and taking advantage of loyalty programs and cashback offers. Remember, the goal is to get the most value for your hard-earned money. Finally, we delved into more advanced strategies like investing wisely and planning for the future. We talked about the importance of having an emergency fund, contributing to your retirement savings, and considering low-risk investments. Remember, it's not just about saving money, but also growing it. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope you found these tips valuable. Applying just a few of these strategies can make a significant difference to your financial health. It's all about taking small steps and making consistent efforts towards your financial goals. With these practical tips, you can start to stretch your dollar further. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share if you found these tips helpful. Stay tuned for more financial wisdom.